What's poppin', UBC fans? It is your boy,
Mayor McCheese.
indeed. And today we have the first installment of the prediction panel, people. And obviously, can't be a panel with just one person. I am joined by the one and only
Oh, is this where I'm supposed to jump in?
Know Your Horse, Choice CJ.
I was waiting for the drum roll. I don't really know how that was supposed to go. Anyway, it's your friend's Choice CJ, guys, and I'm happy to be here. Full disclosure, I'm not a proper analyst. I am certainly a competitor in this league, so I'm gonna let JSpecs kind of drive here, but I'm happy just to be around to help hang out with JSpecs and spitball and talk about these games.
Kind of awkward trying to drive without license, but all right.
Oh my.
So yeah, people. Let's first of all let's give it up for Choice CJ. He made all these amazing graphics, and he's just a jack of all trades. He does whatever he can to help whatever league he's involved with, as long as they're his friends. Obviously, I mean, obviously, whatever league he's gonna hop in, he's gonna do what he needs to do. But he's been nothing but a huge help to me in the PMC, and he's literally doing everything for the UBC.
Oh,
So
shucks.
my hat's off to you, good sir. Now we have a panel to predict, and a lot of these people I do not know. TBH. So my week one picks were kind of hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Everyone I knew I picked.
Nothing like good old honesty.
Nothing like good old honesty. If I knew who you were, oh, I'm lying. Except for one pick. I did indeed look at all of the matchups. I saw everything. I saw everybody's roster, stuff like that. But I didn't give it a good in-depth look, as far as matchup goes, because I just didn't have the time to do that. Life is crazy, and with running your own league and being a horse, I can barely type on a keyboard because I have hooves. So it was quite an eventful time. But with no further ado, I think we should hop right into the first match.
Yeah, we can do that. I do want to point out to people who are not in the loop with the league, we have had a few coach changes before the league got started. We swapped out the New York Metagross for the Hog Haluchas. We swapped out the Violet City Moltres for the Celadon City Celebes. And then there was one more. It was the
It was
Honolulu Haluchas swapping out for the
Yeah.
Mesquite Mesprites.
the
So,
Mesquite Mesprites.
yeah, it's definitely no feelings, hard feelings against anybody who had to drop out. Sometimes you just have scheduling issues, and there are other things that you need to be spending your time on. So again, no hard feelings. We're excited to have these new coaches in the league, and yeah, that's pretty much all that we need to say about that.
Woo, woo. Yeah, I mean, like he said, a lot of scheduling issues were going on. Sometimes things happen in life, people. You can't get mad, you can't get upset, because obviously, if they hopped into it in the first place, they wanted to be in it, but I mean, things change.
That's right.
Now, I mean, the first match seems to be the one and only Choice CJ versus looks like Fizz. That's not Fizz.
That's our buddy Immortal Men's coach of the
Oh.
Hog Haluchas.
Coach of the Atlanta I'm joking, people. It's not Fizz. Fizz. But yeah, everybody seems to pretty much be on the same page with this match. Everybody picked Choice CJ. Now, just gonna go right ahead and say CJ's roster is insane, with Mega Lopunny basically leading the pack with that. His I don't know, man. His roster might just be my favorite one. I wasn't a part of the power rankings or anything like that, but as far as looking at all of the rosters, I tend to, lean more towards his, with Mega Lopunny as the Bronzong, the Gardevoir, the Blastoise, the Amoonguss. Oh my, your team is annoying. Your team is very annoying.
I'm looking forward to using it.
My lord, how dare you?
Yeah, I mean, so
Your
obviously,
team is fat. Good. Oh.
I wasn't even trying to make it that way.
Oh.
And anyway, it's hard for me to comment on this because obviously it's the match that I'm involved in. From what I understand, Mence is a very seasoned battler, and I'm not taking anything for granted here. He has a pretty nasty team himself, headlined by Mega Pinsir and Volcanion. So I don't care who your supporting cast is. When you've got those sorts of threats on your team, you've really got to take notice. And that being said, he even has some kind of low-tiered threats like Skuntank and Mismagius that match up well against me. So while I appreciate everybody's confidence, I'm not, like I said, I'm not sleeping on Mence here.
No, I hear that. Mence's team is absolutely menacing.
Yeah, no joke.
And Sylveon Volcanion Gliscor, my lord. And he has the webs. If he's able to set up webs with the offensive power that he has, he can definitely cause some nightmares. And he has one of the best walls, in my opinion, in Porygon 2. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I can't wait to see what happens. CJ, cough, cough. You better not lose, cough, cough. I picked you, cough, cough.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the next match here. Who we got, J Specs?
It looks like, is it the Brooklyn or Broadway Blastoise? The Broadway Blastoise.
You got it.
All right. I've seen that logo so many different times with different names. It's insane. Versus the Boston Keldeos. And for this one, let me just get a refresher. Let me look at the... Oh, yeah, I love the Blastoise's roster. This is my main reason for picking them. Their team is also pretty fat with Mega Venusaur, Latias, and Tornadus T, Rotom Washi. Oh, my lord, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty clear what the Blastoise's draft strategy was. It was just to build around bulk, but it's nice because he was able to put some decent speed into it as well, headlined by Pokemon like Dugtrio and Jinx. Cobalion, you can't sleep on Cobalion. Tornadus T obviously is a huge threat and a very fast threat. And Latias, is base 110, so he not only has bulk, he has fast bulk, and I think that's really the recipe for success.
And then looking at the Boston Keldeos team, I mean, their team isn't one to, oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even know what the word is, people. But it's not one to take lightly. He has Orlando T, he has Victini, who arguably has the best move in the game, being V-Create, in my opinion. It hits everything hard.
Yeah, when I look at this matchup, the one Pokemon that really stands out to me is Heliolisk, being a problem for the Blastoise. When your electric resist is Dugtrio, I think you have to be worried about that. And then I think generally the Keldeos also match up pretty well. Venusaur is always a problem, but when you have psychic types such as Victini and Celebi, and I guess Claydol and Metagross, that's 4 psychic stabs that can potentially land a big hit on the Venusaur. Venusaur, its bulk is godly, but it can only take so much pressure. It could probably take on one of those psychic Pokemon, but not all of them.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really like the Dugtrio being on the Blastoise's squad. I mean, the Dugtrio can pretty much trap and destroy the Metagross. It can trap and get rid of the Victini, I mean, barring a Surf, it can get rid of the Heliolisk as well. So, I mean, as long as he uses Dugtrio the right way, it can pretty much clear out most of the issues for the Mega Venusaur. And once those are gone, I don't think he really has anything to be able to handle Mega Venusaur. It beats Lando. It can beat... it can't really beat Celebi. But, I mean, obviously, you can set up on Suicune and destroy that thing. Not really too keen on the Blaziken pickup. But, I mean, who knows? Blaziken has a ridiculous move pool. I love Blaziken's move pool. So, I mean, in the right situation, it can always be a decent mon.
Yeah, you said it.
Alright, and with that, we move on to the third match, shall we? Oh, wait. I picked the Blastoise for that one. Who did you pick, CJ? Because obviously your picks aren't up here because you're a player. Who did you pick for this one?
I don't know. It's a tough match, but I'm gonna go with the Keldeos.
Oh, how dare you!
Yeah, I know.
All right, so the next match, this match was better for me because I already knew what to expect from this match. We have the Keemstar himself, Jack the Miendoge versus Kyle.
Oh, you did not just do that. Kyle's not going to be happy.
Kyle is going to be upset, but it's okay. I love Kyle. Now, this matchup, I want to see how many... Oh, my lord.
Yeah, so worth pointing out, again, that Kyle inherited this team
from
the Honolulu Haluchas. He did make a couple of swaps. The Honolulu Haluchas were generally rated pretty low because of a lack of synergy on the team. But Kyle made some swaps and sort of made this team his own. And for those of you who don't know Kyle, he has a very offensive play style.
All offense.
Yes, all offense. But it's not just like brainless offense. Like, he's very good at making the aggressive play. He's just like, and I can speak from this firsthand. Like, he could be staring down a threat, and he brings in a Pokemon, and he knows that if he makes the wrong play, he's gonna lose. But then he always makes the aggressive play, and it always ends up paying off.
Yeah, from my experience from Kyle, he literally likes offense. He'll bring he'll bring 5 offensive threats and then 1 support mon to help set up his offense, which is why he usually likes running webs and stuff like that. He doesn't really worry about hazard control. He usually doesn't really worry about hazard removal too much, but he likes getting up stuff that's gonna, get the chip. If he needs a hazard stack to help his team destroy you, he will do it. If he needs sticky webs to slow you up for a Kyurem Black sweep, because yes, he has Kyurem Black, he will do it. But looking at this matchup, man, I mean, looking at Kyle's team and then looking at Jack's team, these two teams are insane. This matchup is going to be ridiculous. I mean, Jirachi, Kyurem Black, this man has Gator, Crobat, Emboar, so much offense, so little time. And then Jack has the Swami of Salami himself, Mega Alakazam. I mean, I for one am one that is not the biggest fan of Mega Alakazam when you can go and draft a regular Alakazam, just because Alakazam is going to die just as fast as Mega Alakazam, except with regular Alakazam you can throw a sash on and at least get a second hit in.
Yeah, that's certainly true. This is such a Jack team. It's so funny. Just like the ridiculous amount of bulk, especially utilizing in the low tiers. Pokemon like Seismitoad and Miltank and Vileplume. Like, Vileplume especially is such a staple for Mian Xiao's team. And it kind of looks like a funky group of Pokemon, but it really does synergize well together. And the nice thing, too, is that none of his walls are, like, really passive. They all have the ability to threaten back the Pokemon that they wall. And so, the Spirits definitely have a good team, but I think Jack is just so comfortable with these sort of balanced teams. It's hard to pick against him in this scenario. Yeah, no,
Jack has proved himself time and time again, as he pretty much ran through most of the UBC last season, barring the playoffs and his 1 loss to Adam. And, I mean, he has Super Cow on his team. That's my favorite Tier 5 mon of all time. Super Cow is amazing utility. It's such a great value pick. Shout outs to Verd for wanting to move that up and Vileplume to Tier 4 just because he wanted to be a horse. Like, it doesn't need to move up.
Yeah.
But
one I'll point out on the Mesprit's team that can really threaten the Mian Xiaos is Exploud. Like, what takes a Boom Burst on his team? Scizor? Alright, I guess I auto-pack Fire Blast.
Yeah, and that's a thing I like about Kyle. Kyle really knows how to use Exploud well. He had it, I'm pretty sure he had it, if not on his BMC team, he had it on his WPF team. Another league I was in with him. And he pretty much was able to get Exploud in, and you click that X. He clicks Boom Burst and something dies.
Yeah, seriously.
If you don't have a switch in. I mean, Exploud, though, the only reason, like, a lot of people even thought about moving Exploud up, but I was like, without choice specs, Exploud is trash.
Yeah.
Exploud literally needs choice specs to be halfway decent, and it's too slow. Like, so if you run choice Scarf Exploud, I mean, you're taking away literally what that Pokemon does from it.
Yeah, it's not a sweeper, it's a wall breaker.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to talk about the next match, J-Specs?
All right, let me pull up that screen. Let's see the next match. We have the team with the Celebi on.
The Celadon City Celebes.
We have the team with the Celebi on it versus the Texas Nightmare. And let me just get a refresher on who all right, so me and everybody except for the Phantom Pony chose a Texas Nightmare for this match. Now, let me see.
Did you really just call him the Texas Pony?
Oh, no, I called Tyler the Pony.
That's what I mean. Like, you really called Tyler the Texas Pony?
He is a pony.
All right, let's move on.
I mean, I like the Texas team. Gengar, Hydreigon, Starmie, Alakazam. Oh, my. See, people, this is going to be a recurring thing. I'm going to look at these teams, and then you're going to hear me, oh, my God.
Yeah,
because some of these teams are just very interesting. The only thing I don't like about this team is Mega Steelix.
Yeah, he has a very offensive team, I would say. He has Pokemon like Vaporeon that can be a wall, and I guess Flygon can maybe be used defensively in a pinch. Starmie UC defensively. Hydreigon, I think, has the potential to be defensive because it's just got good stats, that pseudo-legendary stat distribution. And just Dragon-type in general is really good defensively. Obviously, the Fairy weakness is kind of a hindrance. What I really would have loved to see the Texas Nightmare do is draft Mega Houndoom. Tell me that doesn't make this team 100 times scarier.
Yeah, no. When you have nine, because without Mega Houndoom, it looks like you have Ninetales for no reason, unless you're really trying to say you have Ninetales for Jumpluff.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like if you listen to Devin's interview, he is a big fan of Jumpluff.
Devin?
Devin is the coach of the Nightmare.
Devin. All right.
But the Celebies, I don't think, for the amount of the number of glass cannons that the Nightmare have, the Celebies have a ridiculous number of fat, annoying Pokemon.
Yeah, looking at this team, I know exactly why Tyler picked him, and this is why I call Tyler a pony. Clefable, Cresselia, Mega Sableye. That is literally why Tyler picked him.
Yeah, the only thing that's tough in this matchup is that Mario, the coach of the Celebies, obviously didn't draft this team. It was drafted by Kohona and the Violet City Moltres, who, as you see, has shifted into an analyst role. He actually picked against himself, which is pretty funny.
Kohona joined the team?
Yeah, Kohona's on the team.
No wonder he got added back to the chat.
And he picked against himself.
All right, good job, Kohona. Pick against the team you chose.
I actually feel like the Celebies have a really good matchup against the Nightmare, just because you have Gengar and Hydreigon as wall breakers, but you don't have a whole lot else besides that to break through the Celebies' core. That being said, not everybody knows how to use a stall team really effectively, so it'll be interesting to see just how Mario is able to adapt to this squad. I think the matchup's in his favor, but we'll see. It's always tough when you don't play with your own team.
And I mean, looking at the matchup now, it looks like Superior can get in there and clean this up.
Yeah, get that thing behind a substitute. It can set up sub on Vaporeon, on Jumpluff.
And then just click Leaf Storm and say GG. That's literally...
Maybe not Jumpluff, but Zebstrika probably.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't... Superior, and then he has Diggersby too, so he has the necessary wall breaking power he needs, and he has Prankster and Tornado side. This team is annoying, and obviously I can tell this was a team Kohona drafted because there is a Moltres right there.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, Kohona, welcome to the Analyst team. All right, and with that we go to the next match. We have the Bee's Knees versus the Haunch Crows.
Yes, the Chicago Flock, coached by Marcus. This is gonna be a cool match.
Shoutouts to that name. Hello, the Chicago Flock. That is beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't heard that one.
All right, and let me just get a little visual aid with the teams. Ooh, he has his mascot Haunch Crow. Ooh, Alamomola points right there. Alamomola is amazing. He has Absol. Oh, yeah, I remember this team. This is a team with way too many dark types.
Yeah, but the thing is, he certainly has some defensive mons like Mandibuzz and Alamomola and Swampert. But his team is also really focused on offense. The trouble is, you look at Adam's team, and Adam's got his typical really amazing bulk, and it's just gonna be hard for Marcus to beat this. Sure, you've got Crawdaunt, which is a really great wall breaker, and Thundurus T, which is a really great wall breaker, but Thundurus can be sort of handled by something like Ampharos, and it's not like Thundurus has great defenses. And, Mold Breaker Ampharos is also nice to just break through the Volt Absorb. Not because you want to kill it with Thunderbolt, but you can use it to gain initiative and go into Entei and Extreme Speed, or you go into Scolipede and set up a speed boost, and things like that. So it's really going to come down to, can Marcus utilize his wall breakers correctly? And or can Adam just wear down the team and keep his walls healthy?
Adam does have one of the Pokemon I hate the most, though. I do not like Aromatisse at all.
Yeah, it's tough. Just fairy types are so good in general that if you really gotta have one on your team. And Aromatisse, it's good at what it does, right? It's a good cleric.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you go draft the bad one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's the only one left and the other option is not having one, I think
True.
it's better to have one.
I mean, Eviolite Floette. I'd rather Eviolite Floette than
I mean, if we're going that route, you got to take Clefairy.
Oh, true. Yeah, you gotta get that friend guard action.
Yeah, that's really great in singles.
Yeah, everybody pick the bee's knees because sometimes you just don't pick against them knees. Adam is a very good bulky player, bulky offense. I like to play bulky offense.
Yeah.
But Adam utilizes the team he has all the time, like as far as the style of play, and I feel as if he has the necessary mons to take down the Haunch Crow's Dark Week squad.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, but I'm also expecting Adam to take it, and he's even your lock of the week, J-Specs.
Yeah, he is indeed my lock. I trust them knees, but there is, I wouldn't say a caveat, but I can see mixed Mega Absol putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, that's the scariest set, man, is mixed Mega Absol.
Because Play Rough deals with everything it needs to deal with. Sucker Punch and or Knockoff deals with everything else. And then for those that it doesn't like, if you think Defensive Tangrowth can come in, you just click that Flamethrower or Fire Blast. And it's like, and then if you want to run Sucker Punch over Knockoff, you can put HP Ice up there as well to take care of Crook. So it's like, I don't know, man. Oh, it gets Ice Beam, right? Doesn't Mega Absol get Ice Beam?
Yeah.
See, that's, oh my goodness, this is why I love Mega Absol. It's so hard to prep for, even though people think it only has 4 moves. It really has a whole bunch of moves, and its special attack isn't that bad.
No, it's pretty good. It's like 110 or 115, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I say lowest, it would probably be 105. That's just with me looking back on it, just trying to, get the benefit of the doubt. But it is nothing to sneeze at. Mega Absol can put in the work. And that's why, I mean, he would pretty much have to run a mix set. Otherwise, Skarmory just comes in and sits in your face all day.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, in this match, we have the newcomer, coach of the Shinryu Pikachus, versus, what's that team? Let me look at it.
Toronto Luxrays.
Oh my lord, the Toronto Luxrays. Now, everyone picked against Shinryu Pikachus, and my main reason for picking against Johan, again, that's my friend, nothing against Johan. My Johan, I am going to talk to you now, my friend. Listen to me, all right? Take your ears or your headphones or whatever and get real close to the screen and take heed. You are about to be opened up to League format, my friend. When you first get opened up to League format, it is sometimes a rude awakening. And, I mean, just looking at the team you were drafted, it seems like you didn't necessarily draft a team for a League format, but you just drafted a bunch of mons you liked.
Yeah, there's some synergy issues for sure with the Pikachus. One thing that Verd has brought up that I think is true, having Talonflame and Zard X, while it seems horrible at first because of the ridiculous weakness to Stealth Rock, they weaken each other's counters, so I think you've got something to be said for that. It's kind of like using Bird Spam in OU, where you use Pinsir and Staraptor and Talonflame and Pidgeot and stuff like that to just weaken the Pokemon that would normally check your teammates, and then you just sweep with Talonflame anyway.
That's cool. I can hear that.
But that being said, there's other ways that you can go about it. You can have Pokemon that weaken each other's checks that don't have all of this defensive synergy issues.
Yeah, and then another thing you should try to stay away from is type redundancy, my friend. You have a Jolteon. There is no need for you to have a Luxray when you have a Jolteon. Sceptile is okay.
Yeah, I think Sceptile is actually really underrated as even the regular form.
Yeah, it's not bad, but then again, no, I don't like Gallade. Sceptile's fine.
Yeah.
Gallade and Luxray, I feel like you can take those two picks and turn them into something else.
Yeah.
But you don't need the redundancy with Luxray and Jolteon, since Luxray, even though it looks amazing, is way too slow.
Yeah,
it's
unfortunately.
it's like Flareon, man. So much potential, but it's just way too slow to get anything done.
Yeah, I do like the Quagsire on his team. I think Quagsire is a very good pickup in Tier 5, just because it's so hard to deal with.
Yeah, no, Quagsire is amazing. You can run it Water Absorb, you can run it Unaware, you can run it Damp if you don't want anybody exploding on you.
Yeah, you got a point there.
And I mean,
what I was gonna say is the reason that I think that the Luxrays have the edge in this matchup is not so much because of the synergy issues on the Pikachus. I just think they have a lot of Pokemon that threaten Excadrill, and Excadrill is obviously his only hazard remover, and he has to bring that thing with Rapid Spin in order to protect Talonflame and Charizard. And so we've got Pokemon like Infernape that can bring a Banded Mach Punch. You've got Pokemon like Chestnut that don't care whatsoever about what Excadrill can do. You've got a Slowking, you've got Golbat. You can bring a Scarf Ditto and threaten out an Excadrill. Magneton can potentially trap it. Sandslash, if it's defensive, doesn't really care. It can take it 2 Earthquakes. So it's just going to be tough for the Pikachus to keep rocks off, and that's just going to ruin his whole strategy.
yeah, no, I understand, man. That's why when the draft was going on and I seen that he grabbed Zard and Talonflame, I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
But you got to give him props for being bold with his strategy, man.
Yeah, no, I mean the best way to get out there in the league format is just to get out there, man. You got to get out there, you got to try it, and it's just you're gonna put a lot of weight on my boy Excadrill's shoulders, man. You just gotta I say drop either Luxray or Galley and try to get you another hazard remover, bro. Try to back Excadrill up, because you don't want Excadrill to go down early on a awkward prediction. Let's say you try to predict something, somebody counter predicts you and kills your Excadrill. You don't want that to happen. So and then they get rocks up, and then bye bye to your birds. You don't need that. Otherwise, you will just have to lead Zard X every game and try not to get rocks up and just try to do as much damage as possible. But yeah, the Toronto Luxrays lineup is pretty amazing in my opinion. As Mega Gardevoir, one of my favorite megas in the format. Ditto can be very utility. It can pretty much come in, show him what set he has to worry about, and since it's Scarf, it can destroy you. So you have to be careful about that. And then, I mean, I love me some Slowking. Chestnut is a very underrated defensive mon in this format as well. I love me some Golbat. Magneton, but it gets its job done. So it traps those pesky steel types. That's nothing you have to watch out for.
Yeah, it synergizes with Gardevoir well, but it does it on a budget. You're not spending a Tier 1, Tier 2 pick on like Magnezone to do it. So I do like that aspect.
Yeah, no, that was very good. Johan, again, this is nothing against you, bro. It's just this is your first time out, so you got to get in there and learn. You just got to get in there and do it, man. Let's see if you can pull this one out. Prove us wrong. Yep. All right, and with that, we have the last matchup, people. We have the Washington Talonflames versus the Seattle Scizors. Let me look at the matchup. I might have blindly picked this one just because that's to get my picks up.
You hating on your boy Spencer?
No, I love Spencer as long as he doesn't have Mega Scizor.
No, not this time. He has a different Mega Steel type.
Let me see.
He's got a Mega Aggron.
Oh, no. I like my pick. As far as the matchup-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of Spencer's team. I see he really does love that Chandelure and that Garchomp, though, because he tends to pick him any chance he gets.
Yeah, there's something to be said for picking mons that you're comfortable with, for sure. But as was pointed out in the Power Rankings video and the Draft Recap video, Spencer has no hazard removal.
Wait, no hazard removal at all?
No, I mean, unless Yanmega gets Defog. But are you really bringing in Yanmega on Stealth Rock to Defog?
My lord.
Yeah, so that's kind of the big issue here. And then the other thing that's worth saying too is that he doesn't have a ton of speed on his team. besides like Garchomp. And Garchomp is not even sure it breaks the really important base 100 speed tier, but you really want at least one Blazer, in my opinion. You want one Pokemon that's above 125 or preferably higher.
His team is really slow. My goodness. Yeah, I feel like he's just gonna the lack of speed and the fact that all CL has to do is lead and hazard stack him. I feel like he's gonna get overwhelmed.
Yeah,
especially with the offensive pressure that this team can put on him with Latios and Raikou, Staraptor. I mean, you literally have to draft a answer to Staraptor. Once someone has Staraptor, you have to make sure to get something that can take a hit from it. Otherwise, it rips you in half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's worth saying that the Talonflames, for as much as they lack in speed, Mega Aggron is a monster.
Mega Aggron isn't definitely that would be his switch into Staraptor. So Staraptor isn't really going to be the biggest issue for him.
Yeah, I mean, it walls Latios, it walls Ferrothorn, it walls Lucario. Well, it doesn't really wall Lucario, but Filter is an amazing ability. It walls Granbull, walls Beedrill. He's got to just watch out for things like Special Lucario and Magmortar. But yeah, some sort of nasty defensive set can really be putting in a lot of work. And that's kind of the biggest threat that I see. Melodic is always annoying to deal with, but luckily the Scissors have Raikou. They have to preserve that thing, and they have Ferrothorn as well. So maybe Melodic isn't as big of a problem. But yeah, that's as much as I really should say about it.
Yeah, no, there's really nothing else really to say. Spence, you just got to get some hazard removal, bruh. You have, I wouldn't say you have a ridiculous rock weakness, but Yamaga's taking 50%. Rotom Heat's taking 25. Chandelore's taking 25. It's breaking potential slashes that you might want to run. That's just chip damage you don't want to have to take week in and week out,
Yeah, and it's tough because a lot of his walls, or if you could call them walls, Pokemon like Spiritomb and Garchomp, they don't have the recovery. Sure, they can rock leftovers, but you'd really like to have some sort of slack off or recover or roost to kind of mitigate that sort of damage, but he's really lacking that.
Yeah, and then it's like his team isn't, the offensive force to the point where he's just going to overpower you before you're able to hazard stack. It's not.
Yeah, it's too slow for that.
Yeah.
I hate to say.
So, I mean, either you got to get some faster mons or get you some hazard removal, bro. Pick up that Cryogonal. Get that rapid spin action unless somebody already has it. I don't think anybody has it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I'm joking. Cryogonal is a horrible hazard remover just because it takes doesn't it take 25 from rocks?
Yeah, it's ice type. Pure ice type.
Anything that's weak to rocks, you should not be your only form of hazard removal. But you got to do something about that, bro, because no matter if you resist, nobody resists spikes unless you're a flying type. So, I mean, that chip damage, if somebody just stacks spikes on you, gets the poison, the toxic spikes up, and then gets rocks up, if that's everybody's game plan against you going in week and week out, you're going to have some trouble.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, look at that. We did 7 matches.
Nice and productive.
Like 40 minutes, but that's okay.
You guys want these videos done, they're going to get done, damn it.
So that's pretty much does it for us. We are really looking forward to this week. It's the first week of the season, so there's obviously a lot of excitement. People are really eager to start the season off on the right foot and kind of make their mark on the league. And
CJ's trying to come back and return and be champion unless he pulls a verd and gets dropped on his neck, and then you know what, I lost interest.
Yeah, perhaps. But no, you speak the truth. I was kind of an underdog last season, but now I'm the top dog.
Hey, you weren't an underdog for me. You were my dark horse.
I think you had me ranked 9th in the
that was
power rankings.
That was rankings. I said almost every power rankings that you were my dark horse.
Yeah, well, I do remember that, and I do appreciate that. But of course, what needs to be said is that power rankings and are fun, and Pick'em crew is fun, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters are the W's. So
Indeed. Just get out there.
nothing that any of us say it matters if you pick up the W's.
Yeah, I mean, you can make me look dumb. You can come out and win every game that I tell you you're gonna lose, and I'll just be a horse. It's all right.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. Do you want to close this out, J-Specs?
All right, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink.
I don't. How is that? That doesn't apply to this situation.
So, I wanted to make a horse analogy.
Yeah, I mean that part was clear.
That was the only thing that came to mind.
Okay. All right, J-Specs. This is why we keep you around, my friend.
All right, people. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to, check out every single coach and or analyst that will be in the description because we like to support our peoples. All right, so make sure. Oh, and don't be afraid to, tell us who you're picking week in and week out. We love the interaction. We love to look at stuff like that in the comment sections. And we want to see who's picking who. We want to see if maybe you do better than all of us with your picks. Only way we can tell is if you go out there and put your picks down. So, I mean, I'm in here sweating because it's hot. But I
You're
think
sweating
that
like a horse? Is that
I'm
an expression?
sweating like a horse.
Cool.
Season 2 champion, would you like to say goodbye?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Please be sure to check out all these coaches for their Week 1 matches. They will be going up very soon. And hope you guys really enjoy everything that we have to offer this season.
Yep, bye!
Bye-bye.